I am here on the sidelines of the African Union of Broadcasting General Assembly at the Kigali Convention Center with Mr. Gregoire Ndjaka, the CEO of the African Union of Broadcasting, to ask him a few questions on certain issues. Mr. Ndjaka, thank you for taking the time to speak to us. The first question would have to do with the digital migration that has proved so difficult for many African countries. Why is this?
Let us say the process itself is very difficult. And so, there are many cases. There are countries where you have the impression that they don't see the importance of the migration. There are countries where you have the impression that they see the importance, but they need the expertise to bring it up, to build this. There are also countries where they need the project, they have the expertise, but there is corruption. So we cannot say that this is the reasons. You have to take them case after case. And in Africa, you have also cases of countries where the migration went very well. For instance, we are in Rwanda, and we are happy at the level of AUB to be talking about migration in Rwanda because it's a success.
Okay. Now, on the issue of young Africans who risk their lives crossing the Mediterranean to reach Europe, where do you believe as Africa's media we are actually failing when it comes to giving a narrative of this tragedy from an African perspective?
Yes, this situation is very, very disturbing. Most of our young men, people, boys and women who are capable to bring their contribution to the development of Africa, they are going and they are taking risks by going in the sea where at times they lost their life. It is very, very unfortunate. Now, as the media, we have to build and develop programs where we explain the situation. We have to tell to our young brothers and sisters that the heaven is not in Europe. We have to build programs where they can you can explain the way for them to earn a living in Africa. So we must build a participate project which will help our members, our citizens, to avoid take those risks for nothing.
Okay. And finally, Mr. Ndjaka, when it comes to sports and rebroadcasting rights for television, that is for football mainly, what is being done to address the challenges that exist in this arena?
We believe that we have to raise awareness. We have an action in African Parliament in Pretoria, where we want to protect our events. That's the first thing. We also think that we have to discuss with the owners of the rights, because the owners of the rights are not our enemy. They are not our enemy. They are not our enemy. So we have to discuss with them. And we have to negotiate as a team, not going alone, avoiding going alone.
Okay. Mr. Gregoire Ndjaka, CEO of the African Union of Broadcasting, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to RBA.
Thank you very much, sir.